Dear viewers, welcome to another video in our series of Google Sheets tutorials. In this video, we are going to understand how to use waterfall chart. Waterfall chart is one of the charts used to understand the contribution of different factors to the overall outcome. Let's get into the video and understand how this chart can be drawn. As I was explaining in the introduction, waterfall chart is generally a chart which can be used to understand the contribution of different factors to a total outcome. So in order to understand this chart, I have taken the number of calls received in each issue type category. So issue type is if I call my operating system and the computer is not working properly, internet issue or keyboard or hardware or battery life or monitor not working, each of this is a issue type for which customer make a call. So in a contact center, we are counting number of calls received in each of this issue type. Now what is the best way to graphically represent this data? If I select this data and then click on insert and click on chart, generally we get to see a pie chart, and pie chart is more or less the right chart to be used when we are trying to represent the proportion contribution of different factors to the total outcome. However, if I want to show a slightly different one, a kind of a different graphical representation for this, I can use this chart editor and I can use this drop down to select a waterfall chart. Now what is a waterfall chart? If I select this option, the chart get converted to a waterfall chart. So how does a waterfall chart works? So here the subtotal that you see here, the subtotal is the total number of output. That means in this particular case I am doing this analysis for 18 total calls for which the analysis is being done. Now on this 18, what is the contribution of individual subgroups? How much operating system contributed, how much issue, that is internet issue, contributed? That information is getting broken down as a waterfall method. Waterfall method is you will see the first 8 count here, then from 8 if you add 4, 8 plus 4 12, and from 12 if you add 2, 12 plus 2 14, 14 plus 2 16, 16 plus 1 17, 17 plus 1 18, so you get the total. So how do we now modify this chart? So this is to set up the chart. Now I can click on customize. So there are a lot of options. We have seen each of this option in the past. So chart title, the axis, the font size, all these things. But what we are more interested is adding data label to this. So I can click on series, and as I click on series, I will have the data label box that get highlighted. So if I select this, I'll be able to get the data label. So each of this, how much is the data label, and that data label, how do you want? You want the value to be represented. So we have selected value. So if at all we need to add a new subtotal, we can click here and add a new subtotal. But here we have said add subtotal after the last value of series. So that means once this subtotal is done, then the last value, if I do a uncheck, then that bar will be missing. So I can put a tick mark here to get the subtotal value here. So this is how a waterfall chart get created. And if you want to change the font color, or if you want to change the bar color, all these options are possible. So this is one way of representing your contribution of different factors to the overall output. And as I told, this can also be represented in graphical methods like Pareto chart, pie chart, but waterfall is also one another way of representing the same information graphically. I hope this video was useful for you. You understood how to construct a waterfall chart in Google Sheets. For more video to understand about the different types of graphical representation we have in Google Sheets, as well as different formulas, tools and techniques that can be used in Google Sheets, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for your time. See you in another video.